Hello, everyone, and welcome back. For those that didn't know, yesterday there were several primaries that were going on across the United States for several states, one of them being the great state of California. Now, a lot of people had talked about California having a huge blue wave and sweeping off the Republicans completely. And this, I realistically thought, was a bit ludicrous. However, it seems that they were wrong, not at an alarming rate, but at a significant rate, as most districts in California have both a Republican and a Democrat candidate for their elections this year. A notable exception is the precinct, which Senator Feinstein is in. As you can see here, Senator Feinstein won about 44% of the vote. The next closest is De Leon with 11% of the vote, and that means that they are going to have a choice between a Democrat and a Democrat for Congress, specifically for the Senate. This is one of the reasons I don't agree with the top two primary system. Primaries in and of themselves should be different parties choosing their candidates to run. It should not be anybody in a state in that area choosing which candidates run. That is the general election when you choose the candidate you want. However, apparently in California, my logic doesn't make sense, and their newfangled logic does. But this was part of the problem I had with the concept, was that you were going to end up in situations like this where you don't have a difference on the ballot. It is either chocolate or chocolate, instead of having chocolate and vanilla. So there's no real choice. And the whole point of an election is for you to choose which way your country is going to go. A primary is not an election. A primary is a primary. A primary is choosing who will stand for a party. And that should only be the party's business, and it shouldn't be everybody else's. If you want to be an independent and vote for Democrat primaries, go join the Democrats. Don't just try to vote in their primaries. Now, as you can see, in several other states, such as Mississippi, Iowa, Montana, New Mexico, and even New Jersey, we didn't really see a blue wave. We did see quite a few candidates coming forward. We do have some very solid candidates, and I'm going to start doing some investigations here on each of these districts and give an endorsement of who I can. However, as you can see in California, even though Senator Feinstein won her district handily, most districts have a mix. See here, District 22, District 23, District 10. Actually, District 10, it's real close. It might just end up being two Republicans in District 10 in California. Even though I tend to vote Republican, I still don't like that because there's still no choice. Now, I am going to include a link to the Real Clear Politics election results for the primaries of June 5th in the description down below. But I did want you to think about this. Right now in California, in LA County, they are talking about more than 118,000 voters who had to cast provincial ballots because their ballot was missing because of a printing error. This is a state that has been deep blue for a long time, and they're still having issues like this. You then have cities like Detroit, Chicago, New York, New Orleans, St. Louis, Boston, D.C., where the crime rates are phenomenal, and the entire area is dysfunctional, yet people continue to vote for the exact same groups. They don't vote for new selections. They don't vote to replace those people. They just vote for the same people over and over again. It might be time to look to do away with the people like Feinstein in our political offices by retiring them and putting new people into place and seeing if we can get some new ideas and thoughts into place. Well, I want to thank you all again for joining me on this June 6th. Please don't forget to thank a veteran who fought in World War II today if you can find one, because today is the anniversary of D-Day of Operation Overlord. And if it weren't for those brave men who stormed the beaches in Normandy, the world would be a very different place right now. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channels as well as my other social media accounts. I do tweet, I do Gab, and I do Minds quite regularly. And I post content there that you won't find on my YouTube channel, so you should show up and take a look. And as always, have yourself a beautiful day.